Hey everyone, it's your girl Kareen and I'm back for another video. Today's video is exciting because it is part one of the Q&A. I'm going to be answering questions today that you guys have sent in to me and I'm super excited to do that. So if you'd like to hear the answers to these questions that you sent in, stay tuned for the video. All right, we're back. Thank you for coming back in to watch the rest of this video. So I got my handy dandy sidekick on the other side of the camera, Sky G, who's gonna be asking the questions that you sent in. So let's get started. She did not want to be in the camera for today's video, but that's okay. But I'm super excited that she's here to partner with me for this video. If you have not checked out Sky's channel, she does have an ASMR channel, which is called
Galaxy
ASMR, and I'll link that below, and I'll also go ahead and insert a little clip of her channel in this video. So I hope that you will go over and show her the same support that you guys are showing me over here on this channel. If you're into ASMR, which I absolutely am, I love ASMR, I'm sure that you will enjoy the content that she's creating. So let's get started.
All right, so so the first question is hot oil treatment or deep condition, which is preferred for locks?
Okay, that's a really good question. For me, and I would just say for my own personal opinion, in my opinion, I believe that for locks, it is best to do a hot oil treatment. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of deep conditioners are very thick and you don't want to get, product buildup in your locks from using thick conditioners in your hair. So I would definitely suggest that you do a hot oil treatment, which I think is safer and are probably going to be a whole lot more effective than the deep conditioner, because with the deep conditioner you don't want to leave that in very long because you don't want to risk the effects of buildup. But with hot oil treatments, you can heat that oil up, apply it to your scalp and your hair, and give yourself a thorough conditioning, but just with using the oil. So I would definitely, in my opinion, recommend hot oil treatments over deep conditioning.
All right, so the next question is, I want to know, how do you pick the right makeup for our complexion? I'm just starting to wear makeup and I want to make sure I don't get anything too dark or too light.
I love that question. You guys know that this channel is not just about my lock journey, it's also about makeup as well, makeup and beauty. So that's a great question. For me, what I like to do is I like to watch other YouTube channels and other YouTube makeup enthusiasts that are the same complexion as myself, and I like to go with their suggestions. I also like to go into the store. You can, if you are at a MAC counter or if you're at the Sephora, Ulta, wherever you are, I like to go up and have the representative go ahead and apply some foundation to my face, just so I can make sure that I'm getting the right match for my skin tone. Nothing is more aggravating than buying some foundation and getting home, hey girl, it ain't even the right shade. That will aggravate you to death. Oh my God, that is the worst feeling in the world. So my recommendation is to, one, follow YouTubers like myself that are the same complexion as you and get tips on what foundations they are using. Also, when you go into the store to purchase the makeup, if it's not like Walmart or anything like that, if you're going to a major retailer like, not that Walmart is not a major retailer, shout out to Walmart. But if you're going to like Sephora or Ulta or something like that, you want to go ahead and take advantage of the resources that you have there available, which are the ladies that are, doing the makeup and selling the makeup, and just have them do a couple swatches on you to make sure that you have the right skin tone. A lot of the makeup brands today have a difficult time getting a wide range of makeup colors for women of color, but there are a lot of major brands out there that have wonderful makeup for women of color. Shout out to Lancome. I love Lancome foundation. Also, Revlon Color Stay. There are a lot of brands out there, and I won't mention too many, but there are brands out there that do cater to our women of color skin tone. So be on the lookout for those. And that'll be a great video idea as well for me to review some of those brands that have our skin tone, girl.
All right, so the next question is, What is a good leave-in oil for natural hair, and how often to oil your hair?
For natural hair, I would definitely recommend extra virgin olive oil. I would also recommend coconut oil for loose natural hair. I'm talking about loose natural hair right now. So that's olive oil and coconut oil, and also jojoba oil. Castor oil is a really good oil as well. Now, when it comes to locks, I don't like to use coconut oil necessarily in my locks, but I love coconut oil on my skin. I also like to use jojoba oil, grapeseed oil, jojoba oil, things like that in my locks. And I also like to use the Talia Wajid healing oil in my locks as well. So there are a lot of great oils out there. You just have to find the oil that works best for your hair. I used to love coconut oil in my loose natural hair, but since I've been locked, coconut oil doesn't really work as well as it used to work in my locks, but I definitely still use it on my daughter's loose natural hair. And those of you that has been following my journey and her journey, you know that her hair is close to being waist length. Shout out to Sky with the long hair, don't care. Yes, honey, we in this thing together. I'm on my lock journey. She's on her loose natural hair journey. And she did share with me that eventually she will lock her hair, probably maybe her junior or senior year. But I said, girl, by then I'm going to be, honey, my hair is going to be down my back, baby. You're going to wish you would have started when I did, but that's neither here nor there. Next question.
All right, the next question is, can you co-wash locks? What is a good brand of shampoo for locks?
Great question. I would definitely say that you could co-wash locks, because all co-washing is using conditioner to wash your hair. I wouldn't definitely do it a lot like you would do your loose natural hair, because of course conditioner loosens up the locks, loosen up the hair for it to be detangled. And with locks, our hair thrives off of being tangled. So you definitely don't want to use conditioner a whole lot in your hair. But I will say it may be a good refresher throughout the month, maybe once a month, maybe even once every 2 months. To do a co-wash, but I definitely wouldn't make it a part of my regimen, because conditioner is meant to detangle, and if we're wearing locks, we want to make sure that our hair stays tangled.
It's like the same person, but another question.
Okay.
It says, what is a good brand of shampoo for locks?
A good brand for locks, I would definitely recommend Dr. Bronner's Castile soap. It has great ingredients that will help pull out any buildup that you have within your locks. So a lot of people say, you know, I don't use Dr. Bronner's because it leaves a residue on my hair. In fact, it does not leave a residue in your hair. What it's doing is bringing all of those products that you have been using to the surface, and it will leave a residue film from those products, but it's not the actual Dr. Bronner's that's leaving the residue. So I would definitely recommend Dr. Bronner's, and also my all-time favorite, Shea Moisture. Shea Moisture has been a staple product in my home since I've been natural. Now, you guys know that I have embraced my natural hair journey over almost a decade ago. And so Shea Moisture has always been a line that I can trust, that I know that will always come through for me. So shout out to Shea Moisture. I love you guys. And I use it on my daughter's hair, and I also use Shea Moisture, the black soap shampoo. Love that. So, and also one more thing I like to use on my locks is the Tea Tree Tingles shampoo. Love. And you can get that from Trader Joe's. These are all products that have clarifying properties, but the Shea Moisture, of course, is going to be like a moisturizing shampoo. But Dr. Bronner's and the Tea Tree Tingles shampoo from Trader Joe's are going to definitely help to clarify your locks and keep you from having product buildup.
All right, next question is, how often should you wash and retwist your locks?
I would definitely say it's up to you. You know, there is no right or wrong answer, but I will say that you do not need to retwist often. And when I say often, I mean you don't need to retwist your hair every week. That's just too much. You don't need to retwist your hair every 2 weeks. For me, it works out perfectly. Child, I need to retwist right now. But it works out perfectly for me to retwist every 4 to sometimes every 4 to 6 weeks. So my regimen is to wash my hair once a month, and when I wash, I'll go ahead and do the retwist. Sometimes I'll wash and then wait a couple days and then do my retwist, because I like to do my retwist not on soaking wet hair. It's just easier for me to manage my hair once it has dried out, and the product that I use to retwist my hair works better on drier hair. And so I just spritz with a little bit of oil and water, and then I start my retwisting process. But I definitely only retwist my hair once a month, and that's between 4 to 6 weeks. So I highly recommend doing it that often because it doesn't put a lot of strain on your hairline and on your locks, because you don't want to experience thinning from retwisting too often. So again, it is up to your discretion, but I would definitely highly recommend retwisting every 4 to 6 weeks, because some people freeform and they only retwist maybe once a quarter, once a year, whatever works for you. But for me and my lifestyle and the way that I like to represent my locks on my person, on my head, I have to retwist at least once a month between 4 to 6 week mark.
All right, so this person said, what would we use to retwist our locks if we are doing them ourselves?
Doing them yourselves. I'm super excited for you because you guys know that we're in the middle of a pandemic right now, and a lot of the beauty shops are not open. So it's very, very good that you guys are investing in time and energy into learning how to retwist your own hair. It just depends on what product your hair is used to. You can always do it with oil and water. I've had some fire retwists with some oil, just oil, plain oil and water. And I would definitely recommend that because less is more when it comes to products. You definitely don't want to experience product buildup for just packing on products, and then your hair is looking kind of dusty. And then when you go to use the Dr. Bronner's, all that residue is on your hair because it's lifting all of that product. But I would definitely recommend a product that I use. It's called the My Gel. And I love this Joy My Gel because it is a natural product and it also is water soluble, which means it will wash out with water, you know, so it mixes well with the water and it comes out easily. So I don't experience product buildup while using this product. This is really the only product that I have used since I've been locked. And I know the girl that used to do my locks, she did use another product, and I did not like that product because it left a residue on my locks. Like, it just was white, and I just couldn't deal. And she only used that because she had ran out of the My Gel. So I had to go ahead and just buy my own, girl, because I can't be running out. You can't be running out. I would definitely highly recommend that product. Again, it is water soluble and it works very, very well on my hair. It gives a great hold and it does well lasting between I would say about 3 weeks. Then it starts to get a little frizzy, but I'm okay with that because I can deal with the frizzy look, but I still like to keep my hair in some type of neatness. That's just me. Again, that's what best fits my lifestyle. So I would definitely recommend Joy My Gel. But whatever works for you, you know, I've heard a lot of people say they have great experiences with the products in the beauty supply store. Whatever works for you, just make it consistent and try to keep your hair used to the same product. That way you know if one product is giving you buildup or not.
All right. Next question is, best cheap makeup you use?
The best cheap makeup that I use, I would have to say, is Revlon Color Stay. That is the best drugstore foundation and that's what I'm wearing today. Revlon Color Stay is an amazing, amazing foundation that I have learned to love, and I have grown with this particular foundation. I believe it was one of the first foundations that I had tried when I first started wearing makeup. So if you're looking for a beginner-friendly starter makeup line, definitely go check out Revlon Color Stay.
All right. She also said, I'm trying to grow my daughter's hair. Best products to use and how often should I use them? I
would definitely say start out with Shea Moisture products. You want to get your daughter's hair on a regimen, which means you have a consistent time that you do it each month. You have if you want to wash her hair every 2 weeks, if you want to wash it every week, definitely get you a product line that you can start with. And I would say, expensive wise, Shea Moisture is definitely a go-to for me because they're not expensive. You know, they're a great line. And I would just definitely recommend that for anybody that's loose natural, the Shea Moisture line. They have different types of products in their lines. So I would definitely just kind of try one. And that's what it's all about with loose natural hair, is trial and error. You have to find the product that works best for your hair type and your hair. But definitely, if you're interested in doing a one-on-one consultation with me, go on over to www.pampered-pretty.com and set up a one-on-one consultation with me. That way I can take a look at your hair via Zoom and kind of just see what your hair is, what your texture is, and what products that I can suggest specifically for your hair type. Go on up and get your consultation, girl.
She also said, is it best to keep it braided all the time?
I would say that braids are definitely a great protective style. Now, would I say keep your hair braided all the time? It depends on what your end goal is. If your end goal is to transition from a relaxer to a natural state, then braids would be a great idea, because that way you won't have to worry about having a big chop right away, and you can use your braids to transition. Now, braids can be an amazing protective style just because it's keeping the hair put away, you're keeping it up, but just making sure that if you're gonna keep it braided, that you keep it well moisturized underneath those braids, because you don't want to take the braids out and your hair is completely dry and it just breaks off coming out of the braids, which defeats the purpose of the protective style. So definitely do your research on how you can use products to protect your hair during that protective style. Like Sky is in braids right now, and that's gonna keep us for the whole month of June. Yes, girl. Them braids gonna last the whole month of June, but I made sure that her hair was well moisturized before I installed the braids. So all I have to do is maybe touch up her edges and her back, and she's good to go. But just making sure, if you're gonna use braids as a protective style, that you make sure your hair is well moisturized before you add the braids.
All right, so this person said, are you happy with the time frame you decided to lock, or do you wish you had done it earlier, and why?
Wow, that's a great question. I talk about this a lot because I love my locks, and I wish I had started them when I initially wanted to start them, because I wanted to start my locks 3 years prior to when I actually started them. And that's when I kind of got introduced to locks and kind of loved the way that they look, and was thinking maybe I should try this on myself. But I was too focused on what people would think, how they would perceive me, because I had grown a brand with my loose natural hair, and that's what people knew me for, is my big loose natural hair, and how long it was and how thick it was and how well I kept it. And so I was kind of afraid that I would lose that momentum with my brand. So I just waited, and I just didn't do it. And I contemplated, yeah, I should do it. No, I shouldn't do it. Yes, I should do it. No, I shouldn't do it. And finally, I settled on, I'm going to do this because this is what I want to do. So yes, I do wish I would have started 3 years ago when I initially started, because girl, I would have had some inches by now, girl. I would have had some inches. But that's okay, because it is growing. I'm loving the journey. I'm embracing the journey and everything that comes along with it. So I'm definitely happy that I did eventually come to the decision of locking my hair.
All right. This person said, when is the this is the last question.
Okay.
When is the earliest you can start locks?
I would say the earliest that you can start locks is when you are ready. Because I think when I initially wanted to lock my hair 3 years prior to when I started my journey, my cousin told me right away, she said, you're not ready. She said, you're not ready. And technically I was not ready then. You know, mentally I had not prepared myself. I was not ready. I was infatuated with the way that they look, but I wasn't ready to fully commit to the journey. And I believe that's why a lot of times you see people cutting out their locks or combing out their locks in the middle of the journey, is because mentally they are really not as ready as they think that they are. So I think that you should start locks when you are absolutely ready. Do you have to have a certain amount of hair before you start? Absolutely not. You can start with a TWA, you can start with long hair. In some instances, you can even start with transitioning from natural to relax. It just depends on what you're going for. But I would definitely suggest not starting with relaxer on your hair. If you're going to start a lock journey, I would definitely recommend you cutting that relaxer out and starting with your natural hair, and starting when you think that you're absolutely ready. Don't feel pressured, don't feel pushed, don't even feel rushed. Start when you are ready. So that way, when you commit to the journey, you are fully committed. So there is no time frame. It just depends on the individual, and if they're mentally and in their heart really ready to embrace the next level of natural hair, in my opinion, which is the lock journey. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this Q&A. This is only part 1. Part 2 is on the way, so please stay tuned for part 2. Listen, if you have any questions that you want to ask me that I have not already addressed in this video, please feel free to comment below and let me know what those questions are. Also, make sure that you subscribe to this channel if you have not already. What are you waiting on? Come on. Join the family. Join in on the fun. This is a channel that is not just lock related. It is beauty, fashion, and real estate related, which a real estate video is coming soon. Listen, make sure you hit that notification bell to make sure you get notified every single time I upload a video. And as always, I love you guys so much for watching. Please stay tuned for the next video. Bye.